You fill your mouth with words and words. You twist them well. Oh yes, I heard. You shits and ties don't cover your life. I see you come. You the try, you try. You know me, and you say we get the same society. Oh, you know me, and you say we get the same philosophy. Oh, you know me, and you say we get the same society. Oh, you know me, and you say we get the same philosophy.
Hello, viewer. Are you there? This is the Baroness, and I'm glad that you can join us on this station to watch this wonderful program. The program designed specially for you, especially if you are a woman, and if you are a youth, and probably a child, or you are vulnerable in this society that we live in. This program is for you. And even to everybody, actually, because all of us, it takes everyone to make the society work. So it is for everybody. We're happy to be here. My name is Beyitmoa Nyam. And as always, today's edition promises to be explosive. Yes, explosive. I dare to say so because you're going to be hearing and also watching something that will really stimulate some ideas in you and to make you to strive to make your life a little better, you know, and that is what the Baroness is all about, to make your life better. I am not alone in the studio. I am together today. The three are not here, but I'm here with Victoria Mashat, looking bright with the small bling-blings on her chest and everything.
I'm so glad to be here once again, Beit. It's just nice to be with you again.
Honestly.
And you, viewers as well, I'm just glad to be here.
A lot of you have celebrated 1 year something. When you go to the social media, you hear 1 year and wedding anniversary, 1 year of this and that. When you celebrate any anniversary at all, what do you do during those anniversaries? What you do during those anniversaries is you count. People will tell you that they are counting the faithfulness of God, the good things God has done in their lives and all of that. They take stock. And the next thing is they begin to forecast what will happen to them tomorrow. They evaluate the present and they begin to forecast what will happen for them, to them tomorrow. Organizations, interestingly, do same, because if you live without looking back, you're likely not to make corrections, not to make amendments, not to improve on your life, actually. Especially organizations, they do that so that they can maybe show appreciation to those who have contributed to where they are, take analysis of what they're doing, and begin to project what they will want to see happen to them maybe some 2, 3, 5 years, in future. Well, it was not different with one of our major sponsors on the Baroness, Abs Hospital and Diagnostics, specialists in ART, assisted reproductive technology, the popular IVF, here on the plateau. A lot of you have probably heard about them already, and some of you have already, probably even enjoyed their services. We have a lot of them around here. Remember, if you're watching us for the first time, and if you're going to be watching, going to be seeing our guests for the first time, remember the 63-year-old woman who gave birth to a baby girl. That is the person we're talking about. That's the hospital we're talking about. They are the ones who are celebrating success, their first year, anniversary as a hospital on the plateau. They are the ones celebrating, and we want you to, come with us. You were not there, but we want you to be a part of it so you can get to hear what some of the things that, some of the things that they have achieved so far and where they are going to. For some of you who want to take advantage of their services so that you can be a part of their service. But maybe let's go back to what we did the previous weeks. We've had some few challenges. Some people have not watched some of our episodes for some time now, for some challenges. But we had this symposium, remember?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
where we talked
workshop,
about,
yeah.
yes, where we talk about involvement of women
Yes.
in politics, empowering the women to be involved in politics. You'll agree with me, this is the season. The drums will soon be rolled out for political parties to go to the streets canvassing for votes and hearing. But we're concerned that women are still lagging behind. And so the Baroness took it upon herself to organize this symposium. We had guests who spoke. We had someone who even addressed the women on how to speak publicly and how to mobilize. Another one spoke on how to mobilize women, to support women in this bid and all of that. And we had some reports of people, you know, they really, really enjoyed the program and felt it should even be expounded to be a bigger forum and all that. Well, we're thinking about that, but I guess Mashati, you were there?
Yeah, I was there. It was it was explosive. It was beautiful, so encouraging. You know, it brought home to a lot of people the challenges that women in politics are facing. You know, it's not just as simple as we see it. There are so many things. We realize women have a lot to do to still get there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the work is so, it doesn't look like we're making much progress the way it is, especially the last local government elections that took place. You know, I think, I'm not sure how many women got the ticket to run for the not just the local government the primaries, yeah. the primaries that took place, you know, where it was really actually discouraging that not so many women got the ticket. And I think it's
got the ticket from different political parties to run for one political office or the other.
That is really, really discouraging, and I hope we'll be able to do more. You know, this seminar, the workshop, the symposium, was really an eye-opener, and a lot of women now realize some of the things that we need to do to put ourselves in a better position for these leadership roles.
And maybe one thing that we learned, I mean, we rose from that symposium was the fact that women shouldn't wait until it is time for elections. It is now. If you want to be engaged in politics 2023, this is the time to start. You do not wait until, okay, we have election next year, then you begin to, you know, do some fire brigades work, and it doesn't work like that. People need to know if they can trust you as a woman. You remember where you're coming from. You're not coming from an acceptable gender. You're not coming from an angle where people appreciate you. So you will do double what men do in order to access the hearts of men, to attract them to want to give you their mandate. And so you begin early. You begin to work. You warm yourself into their hearts by doing a lot of, you know, endearing yourself to them. If truly you really want to represent the people, you will have to like go out and see how you can be involved in the life of the people.
Luckily,
like I heard some people complaining of one other woman. They said, well, where is she coming from? She thinks about money. She thinks she can just buy people and just walk away just because some people have sponsored her. You know, when you hear comments like that, you know that you have not really done your homework.
Yes,
and
luckily,
we are encouraging.
There are men too out there that are supportive, and we really appreciate it. They have
the few.
Yeah, a few though, but we're hoping to get the numbers up.
Okay. Well, enough of that. Today, like I said earlier, we are going to focus on the celebration, the 1-year anniversary of Alps Hospitals and Diagnostics, and we have our guest here in the studio. We will not get tired of introducing him, because sometimes some of you have not just been hearing about Baroness, you've not watched. Probably you're watching for the very first time. So Mashat will do the honors of introducing our guest today.
We have with us again the distinguished Dr. Ken. He's done so much in the lives of women on the plateau and worldwide. He's given his life to see that women, not just women, families have that upliftment. What are we talking about? The issue of childbearing, the problems that have been but people encounter in the course of having children. He's given his life, he's worked so hard. He has actually put a lot of smile, a smile on a lot of people's faces. He's here with us, Dr. Ken. You're welcome on the program once again.
Thank you so much.
The dinner was something else.
Yes.
You know, just 1 year, Dr. Ken, you decided to stage this dinner. Not many organizations will want to do that. I mean, because they would have been thinking of counting their profits instead of, you know, rolling out, you know, the carpet for people to just enjoy an evening. What motivated you into that?
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's really very interesting always being on this platform, the Baroness. I think you guys are doing very wonderful work. You are going to the dinner. Yeah, it was 1 year, one formidable year for us. You know, we had a lot of challenges trying to get our feet, get our acts together to do what we did within that 1 year. You know, looking at where we came from, how we metamorphosed from Guineaville, you know, to Alps Hospitals and Diagnostics. And 1 year coming with a lot of challenges, then with a lot of successes, I must say, you know, and with a lot of outstanding awards and recognition from different aspects of the country and the world entirely. And also with the support we've gotten from friends, from our own clients, colleagues, and from the media. We felt that that 1 year was just too significant to just let go without celebrating it. So it was 1 year that was very exciting, yeah, but tough. And we felt it was nice to call all the people that have been part of this journey for the 1 year to know what their little efforts have amounted to and what their little encouragements have developed into, and also for the society to know that that 1 year brought a lot to Plateau State and some new development, even in the field of assisted reproduction technology, that's the IVF and the likes. So, and we just felt it calls for celebration because we didn't know we were going to go that far, we're going to do that much, we're going to have so many people giving us little bits and bits of support. So we felt it was a good 1 year to mark. And that was the reason, the brain behind the dinner.
Okay, if one will want to ask, you know, probe further, most times people don't like looking back at failures and stuff. The last 1 year, what were those challenging moments for you?
Oh yeah, the challenging moments were the moments we needed to get equipment. You know, you've lost some equipment and you need to get good equipment, and it was difficult getting state-of-the-art equipment, which we currently have. You know, equipment that was they were manufactured in 2017, 2018. You know, those were the grades of equipment, and the cost of getting those equipment was very enormous. You can imagine that just a single machine, for instance, that you use for doing an ICSI. ICSI means intracytoplasmic sperm injection. It's a kind of treatment where men don't have sperms at all, or have very little sperms, and you have just the luxury of having 1 or 2 good sperms. So you use 1 sperm to inject into a single egg. Getting a brand new of a state-of-the-art of kind of that machine will cost in the range of 20 million, for instance. You know, and for people who are not being supported by the government, who are struggling to do all these things from a private perspective, you know, and all that. So it was actually quite challenging. But yeah, we got some of those equipment, and we got in more, and got good results with them.
Like I saw that the machine you use for scanning. I have 3 children, Dr. Ken, and I have scanned before. I have not seen that machine before. The one that is for scanning. What does it do beyond the scanning that we know it does?
No, well, you know, incidentally, there are actually better machines than that. That's actually even a basic machine for scanning.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just to scan the various parts of the human bodies, And if you cone it down to the kind of work that we do, we use it in doing what we call folliculometry. You use in monitoring the eggs as they are growing to the size you want them to be before you retrieve them for IVF or fertilization, you know, and other general scans, pregnancy scans, and all parts of the human body that can't be scanned. The machine can actually do them.
And does it give you a sharper
Picture
image
or
of
image.
whatever you want?
Yeah, because it is brand new, or they are brand new, they give good imaging, good resolution and all that. So it makes your work a little bit more precise than when you're using older versions of machines. Yeah, so
You have to do a lot of prediction and all of that.
Yeah, so this is a lot clearer.
Oh,
Okay.
And you can see from different perspective or dimensions that you intend to see. So you're better positioned to take a good decision with regards to the management of your clients. Yeah.
But
Quite
apart from
interesting.
that, what were some other challenges that you've had to grapple with this 1 year? The year is just 12 months, yet
yeah.
there's a lot that has happened. So what are other challenges that you had to grapple, or maybe this is the major one?
Yeah, challenges of developing manpower.
All right.
You know, developing manpower was a big challenge. You know, like what we do, the special things we do. I'm a gynecologist to start with, but then I'm a specialist in the field of assisted reproduction
yes.
technology
That's right.
and minimal access surgery. These aspects of medicine are rudimentary in Nigeria.
Okay.
People don't learn them. They're not taught in the Nigerian schools
Okay.
or institutions. You have to train your staff in that dimension, in those perspectives, or to send them out to go and have training. And now you have people you've employed, you know, from the Nigerian subsection of population who are not trained in those things, and you want to use them to deliver a world-class service. It means you have, it's a tedious work to do.
I understand that.
And you know, the IVF treatment is kind of treatment you don't make mistakes. Mistakes are not permissible.
Yeah.
So you imagine you bringing somebody from a ground level to treat the person to the level of proficiency,
Yeah.
to the level of perfectionism. You know, so that can actually be very tough.
Really?
Yes, that can be very tough. So that's one of the major challenges, developing the manpower. And we saw that with regard to manpower development, if you were at the dinner, there was a lady that was awarded as in one of the outstanding
nurse.
nurse,
Yes.
you know. Yeah, I've watched her within this 1 year, and maybe when she came with us all from Guineaville, trained her, and I saw her even train doctors.
Wow.
You know, to that level of proficiency.
Wow.
You know, so that was what we're looking at. You know, and working with precision. Then you have the other people. We've actually developed embryologists. Embryologists is not done in any university in Nigeria. Not in one single university in Nigeria.
So you have to
Yes.
either train the person
Yes,
yourself
you
or send them
you
out
know.
of the country.
So we're able to train two. And in this part of the country, I mean, part of the north central minus Abuja, I think these are just the only two we have.
Wow.
Yeah, you take out Abuja from the north, north central. I think these are just about the two we have, and we have them here. So bringing them up to this level of professionalism was quite tough. So the human resource development for me, I think,
Was one of
was
them.
one of them. And even working on our own selves, because we're in a field that is evolving. Every time something new happens. And if you're in a field, in a profession, and you want to be very relevant, you really have to be abreast with all the happenings. Having to travel for new technology, travel for new learnings, travel for new exposures, you know, because we see international clients. And that's one thing that the media has helped us in achieving, you know, making news that goes around the world so that people can access your service from different people from Qatar, Dubai, United Kingdom, United States, all coming to just to access this kind of service. So you have to build up capacity, manpower to meet up just the society, the kind of demands or needs they have. So the human resource was actually
was one of the
challenging.
challenges.
One of the major challenges. Yeah.
Okay, I can imagine. So where are we now? I can see you have been able to raise a lot of staff. It was not so in Garneyville. I wouldn't think so. You have a lot. When they were asked to stand, a lot of people.
There were
All of these people in Alps Hospital. I mean, it is amazing. Within this period, you've been able to do that. But what about, success is always something that everybody wants to hear about. What were some of these success stories that you can pin to just this 1 year, apart from the awards?
Yeah, aside the awards that have been pouring in and recognitions up to this very point, is the fact that we've been able to do more number of treatment than we've ever done before. And that's, our vision or mission is to increase accessibility of the practice of assisted reproduction technology, to increase the reach. And we've seen that reach has actually increased a little. I mean, we have more people able to access. Then we've added other dimensions to the practice, because the conventional IVF is very expensive. Yes, well, it's not cheap.
Okay.
It's not just cheap. Yes.
What's the difference, Dr. Ken?
No,
it's not expensive. It's very
cheap
expensive
not cheap.
and not cheap. What's the difference?
Well, I decided to
Expensive is
retract
scary.
the word expensive, because I mean, just not be doing the right communication. I prefer to use the word is not cheap, because some funds are involved in it, and the cost of something depends on the individual that you're dealing with.
Affordability.
It depends on the economic power of the person dealing with. So I prefer to use the word not cheap.
And actually, it's not the same for everyone, since you've talked about the fact that your body makeup can probably demand more drugs to be treated. I mean, you need some more treatment than another person. And you talked about the fact that the drugs, the reason it is expensive is not just that you collect money for yourselves, but that the treatments are very expensive, because you have to bring them in, from across the nation, the world. So that's what makes it a little...
so we've seen a number of people accessing it, and we've seen a good number of people getting pregnant, from the kind of services that we offer. And in addition, we've added a new arm of the treatment, like gamete freezing. The world is becoming so complicated, if I may use the word. Husband staying far away from his wife, they don't have time to meet. So the sperms can be frozen, and used to treat the woman when they decide they want to attempt to have babies. And more importantly, the freezing of the woman egg has never been established in Nigeria as a country. So I think that's one of our major, for me, that's the highest achievement we've had this year.
You've done that
the freezing of the woman's egg.
As if Mashat, I wanted, Vicky, I was going to ask. Has it happened here on the plateau?
Oh yes, it has happened.
Wow.
Yes, freezing of the woman's egg for various reasons. That's not been done before. In Nigeria, it's just coming into Nigeria. I'm glad that it's already here on the plateau. Women can freeze their eggs for several reasons. You're not getting married early, and you are worried because, during the dinner, I did mention that nature is wasteful. Well, in a perspective, because you can imagine a woman has about 400,000 eggs when she's a grown woman, ready for family life, and every month she wastes, on nature makes her waste 20 to 25 or 30 of those eggs
through her cycle.
Through her cycles, because every month that a woman doesn't get pregnant, the process of or the ovarian cycle, about 15 to 20 eggs or 25 are recruited. Eventually, one makes it. So, and if she doesn't get pregnant, all the one together with the other are just wasted. So she gets to a point that she doesn't even have eggs again. And that is how the menopause comes about. So, and now she gets to that advanced age, she wants to get pregnant, and talk about egg donation as the only option that she has.
Dr. Campbell, at what age do you think a woman can start freezing her eggs?
Yes, wait before Dr. Ken answers that question, Victoria Mashat, we will go on break.
Okay.
At what age she does what?
She freeze them?
Her eggs. Very good question. I mean, are you listening, ladies? I have a lot. We see a lot of you in town, you know, and you really want to get married. By the time you really want to have children, when you get married, there's good news for you. Just stay tuned after the break. It is still the Baroness, and we are talking about the 1-year anniversary of Arts Hospitals and Diagnostics here in Jos, those specialists in IVF, in vitro fertilization, better called assisted reproduction technology.
Oh, yeah.
And we have been discussing with Dr. Ken in the studio. Don't go away, just stay tuned and you will get to hear how you can save those eggs. When you're ready to get married, you have your children, no stress.
Never a dull moment
Never
on
a dull
PRTV.
moment on
Never a dull
PRTV.
moment on PRTV. Much more exciting moments on The Baroness with Nenedum, Bates Moanyam and Anita Malu every Tuesday 4:30 p.m. and Friday at 10:30 a.m. on the TV arm of PRTV. The Baroness.
Giving women,
Youth,
Children.
and vulnerable groups in the society a voice.
Join us.
We may have to fight internal violence when the insurgency dies down.
What we discussed last week
Was on children.
is when an aspect of this violence
Against
that's
children.
been meted against children, especially the girl child.
Word of advice would you have? Because we have a lot of young people who are aspiring to leave the shores of Nigeria for those greener pastures in those other countries. And those greener pastures, that kind of green pasture almost cost Tony his life.
never a dull moment
Never
on
a dull
PRTV.
moment on PRTV.
Never a dull moment on PRTV. Much more exciting moments on The Baroness with Nenedum, Bates Moanyam and Anita Malu every Tuesday 4:30 p.m. and Friday at 10:30 a.m. on the TV arm of PRTV. The Baroness.
Giving women,
Youth,
Children.
and vulnerable groups in the society a voice.
Join us.